We're gonna jump right into it, okay? Our goal is to have like one of these every 2 weeks, okay? So thanks again for coming. The next one is going to be sometime within the next 2 weeks. I'm gonna hand it over to Maddie to start off today.
Cool, so we're going to go over logistics recap. So we'll talk about summer league, shirt designs, then our statement of purpose, then value seeking and the double diamond, and then turn the ship around.
Oh, that's right. Right now I only have 10 people signed up for Summer League. Okay, so please go fill out that Google form and sign up and do Summer League with us. The schedule is out. I sent that out in an email, but here it is again. Take a look. All the blue highlighted ones is us and when we're going to be playing. As you can see, there's a couple of dates where we're going to play, be off, and then play, and then a couple of days where we play back to back. So this is going to go all the way through to end of July, and at the end of July, we're going to have like Dead Week, and then preseason is going to actually begin, where we start doing more team activities and skills training. One thing that we're going to try to do is get in the weight room a little bit more. I'm hoping that we spend some more time working out and doing some volleyball specific exercises, whether that's like jump related or stability or mobility related. So just a thought, but if there was an ideal regular time every week that we did weight training, what might that look like for you guys? Like when would you be interested in coming in just to the weight room?
10 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm down for 10.
Yeah.
Not in the evening. It's good to like start off your day.
Okay.
Not too early.
I'm hearing mornings. Yeah, I'm hearing like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. Great. How many times a week would you guys hope for?
Every single day.
I have nothing to do.
Even 2 to 3.
Bill. I'm thinking 2. 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Okay. And then are there certain days that are better for people?
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Not
Or on the weekends.
Wednesdays don't work.
Not Sunday, Monday, Thursday or something.
So earlier in the week, starting off like a Monday, Tuesday, and then maybe like a Thursday/Friday. Sound good?
Yeah.
Great, done. I'll send that information out as I talk to Travis and figure out the schedule. Okay, thanks for your input.
Cool. So we got a lot of awesome practice shirt submissions, so we just kind of wanted to show you guys like what some of the samples look like. Thank you guys for everyone who submitted those. They look awesome.
I really like the one. I like the one with the infinite plus.
So we probably won't use the exact design, but I would say the one that we draw the most inspiration from for the shirt, that's going to be our winner. Okay, so give us a little time. Maddie and I are going to talk about it, figure out what we want to see in our practice shirts this year, but really appreciate you guys sending those.
Which one, Claire? Which one's yours?
Yeah, they're really good. Okay, so we kind of went over this last time, but we just wanted to like reiterate the purpose of why we're here. So we want to equip our student leaders with the tools to lead in their various communities, starting with the Aptos volleyball program. So this doesn't like end here. We want you guys to take this out of this room onto campus in life when you're not at school, when you're with your friends, everything like that. And then we really want to build a culture of leadership and ownership in this program. And then this picture is of the whiteboard that we did last time about kind of like what leadership means to everyone. So there's integrity, taking initiative, supportive, honesty, all of those things. So we had some really good ideas from last time. Cool. And then a little bit of a recap from last session. So we went over the know yourself from the Art of War, that quote, if you know the enemy and you know yourself, you need not fear the results of 100 battles. So we went over that a little bit, and then we did our value finding session. So we started small, we went bigger, and then we went biggest. So can anyone tell me 1 or 2 of Hunter or I's values that we shared last time? Does anyone remember? Natalie?
I'm pretty sure she said something about like kindness and like being kind to others.
Yeah, a positive attitude goes a long way. Anyone else? Claire?
I think Hunter had something about like putting in work and like then being able to see results, not like
Being
kind of like waiting
persistent?
for yeah.
Maddie?
I think you said something about like letting others like progress and not just yourself.
Yeah, so like the growth mindset, like if everyone grows, like you'll just continue to grow upwards. Awesome. Natalie?
Hunter said bravery, like being
Yeah.
brave.
Yeah, awesome.
Good. So mine were integrity, courage, and persistence. And Maddie's were positivity, growth, commitment, right? Okay.
Cool. Thank you guys.
So we're going to do a little activity. If you take a look, this is edited over it. This is a design process. So it's called the double diamond. This is kind of what I studied in college at UCSD. That's the first school to ever have a cognitive science department. And so it was really, really cool. We were doing some interesting blend of computer programming, engineering, design, graphic design, and art. It was kind of a hybrid of all of those things. And so it was a cool experience for me to go there and learn about all these things. And I really like to think that I bring some of those principles that I learned from college into the work that I do today. If you take a look, this design process starts at one fixed point. It diverges, which means it gets a little bit bigger. It comes back around to the middle where you define. It diverges again and it converges. So this is a process where we're kind of, you can think about it as we're refining and being a little bit clearer with what we're talking about. Okay, so today, last time, we started at the very beginning where we talked about what leadership looks like and what our own individual values are. And so we went big. We had statements more than specific ideas. So a couple of statements were being kind to yourself or just working really hard, and it was less of like one word answers. And so today what we're going to work on is this second converge where we're going to bring it back in and turn those statements into single word values that kind of define those specific statements. So I brought your sticky notes from last time. I'm going to hand them out again, and I'm challenging everyone at your table to one, refresh the people who weren't here maybe, or even if they were, on what you wrote last time and why, and then also start to quantify that into a single word. So I'll give you an example. So for me, one of my values last time was courage. And so courage is the one word that I use, but to describe courage, I think it means not being scared to stand out from the people around you, not being scared to be a little different and to follow through to what you feel in your heart. The word courage actually is derived from the French word coeur, C-O-E-U-R, which means, anybody know?
Courage.
It means heart. Okay? It's heart. So courage comes from the heart. Okay, so I'm going to hand these out. And if you weren't here last time, feel free to talk a little bit or use a sticky to write down some thoughts. Okay, so everybody come over here and just pick out your own sticky.
Scar, can you give me one?
Organize them. So here you're boiling it down into one word. Okay, and you can feel free to put that on a new sticky if you'd like.
Okay, so
Alright, once you have your values, one word, please come up. Stand in front of the whiteboard just like we did last time. Share it with the room and go ahead and stick it on the whiteboard. Listen up. Claire's got a word.
Consider it.
You can do multiple. That's fine. Listen. What'd you say? Persistence. Reading? Leading. I value reading. Good. Classic verbal answer. Love it.
wait, I need to change mine.
How do you spell accommodating? Accommodating. You tried.
Determination.
Yeah.
Intention.
Perseverance.
Okay. So, second stage of our double diamond where we converge, we boiled down our long words into one. Okay, and now what we're going to do is diverge once again and talk about team actions. Okay, so at the team level. All right, with the goal of working towards a shared set of values for our program. Okay, so if you can see at the end of this journey, right here at this point, we're hoping to come up with a list of values that mean something to us as a team that we can all kind of buy into. Okay. So, what we're going to do now is an activity called Above and Below the Line. You guys see my line?
Yes. Sorry,
What we're going to do right now is every action doesn't necessarily have a specific place, right? It can be a range. It can go really, really above the line, high order things, or really, really below the line. And so what we're going to have you guys come and put on the board are actions and behaviors that are either above or below the line in a team environment setting. Okay, so in a volleyball program, an example can be, how important is it to you that your teammates are showing up on time for practice? And so you can put, oh, that doesn't really matter to me, so I'm going to put that here, below the line. Showing up late to showing up on time for practice, that's below the line. We don't need to worry about it. And then above the line is behaviors that we believe in as a group. Okay. Actually, let me rephrase that. Below the line are activities or behaviors that fall short of our expectations. Okay. So you can say showing up late to practice falls below the line in terms of what we expect. Okay. So I want to invite you to talk maybe with your group a little bit for 2 minutes about things that you've either experienced or things that are on your mind as far as, hey, here are some standards and actions that we want, and here are some things that we are not that keen on. Any questions? Okay, please talk to your groups.
Like helping take down the net.
Here, I can hold it.
Making this better for you, Karina. What? We're making our lines better.
Yeah, we can go.
Alright, does anybody want to share, we're going to do this kind of quick, does anybody want to share an item that they put that's either above or below the line and give a little bit of details as to why? Scarlett.
So when we put for above the line, we said constructive criticism, and I think that's really important for like being on a team because you don't want to like put your team down, but you also want to help them grow. So doing that in a way that like they feel supported by you is important.
Good. That has to do with feedback, and we're going to talk about that as its own topic. We're going to get into more like how to perform at a high level as a team on the court and off the court, and so this kind of ties into that. Reeve.
Yeah, and also being open to constructive criticism from others and coaches and stuff like that.
Great. Natalie.
I put angry at the bottom because, like, when you're angry or you get frustrated with yourself or with your teammates, it's okay. But like, emoting that in like negative ways can really bring your team down and like bring the energy of your team down as well.
Yeah. What are some angry things that angry people do?
Like yell at their team.
Kick the ball. Okay. Scream. Angry comments. What else?
Yell.
Body language.
Body language. Claire.
Not being open when your teammates try and like cheer you up or like be nice to you and you just like shut them down, like being standoffish.
Yeah. One angry thing that I've done is I was playing with my beach partner. And he wasn't setting me very well, and so instead of like giving him something specific to work on, I wanted him to set me a little bit tighter, and he kind of set me off, and then I went up and I hit it as hard as I could, like directly out. And that was like a moment of anger. We were playing against two people that I felt like we should have been winning against, and so we all have vulnerable moments. I tend to, if I get angry, I tend to kind of just like remove myself from the situation sometimes too, and just kind of shut off like talking to other people. And so if I like lose, I'll kind of just like walk away and be by myself for a little bit. Maddie.
But showing up and showing out, because I feel like there's a difference between just showing up to practice and showing out.
Love it. What's a good way that you can show out at practice?
Like helping others and putting other people before
lots of practices throughout the course of the season. I think if you can be a consistently present at each practice, that's something that can really help you improve. Consistently help put up the nets, consistently check in with your teammates, consistently work hard to get a little bit better at something. Those are all good ways. Okay, one more, I'll take one more. Joy.
We put bonding above the line because we think it's important to have like relationships with your teammates, like not only on the court and at practice and stuff, but also like have like times where you can all like hang out and get to know each other more because we're all friends.
Yeah.
And awesome work.
And we see each other on campus,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Great. Hey, thank you guys. This is a great showing of this exercise that we did. All right. Another word cloud. We're gonna go quick. Okay. This next one, we're gonna talk about why leadership matters. Anybody have any ideas? Why does leadership matter? Why are we doing this? Natalie.
Because although you're on a team, it's really important to have somebody to not follow, but as a role model to like have an example. Because if a lot of people don't know what to do, then to be able to look up to someone is really important.
Yeah. Scrub.
If there's no one who like takes charge, it's kind of hard with everybody else to kind of like organize themselves.
Yeah. Who's a person in your life that you see as a leader to you? Natalie.
My mama.
Your mom. Good. Parents are great leaders. Anyone else? Your dad? Claire.
Chloe.
Aw. That's sweet. And why? Why Chloe?
She's very good at like being able to help people and like support people in a good way. She's good at what she says her mind to.
Yeah.
Thank you to my King because he teaches me things and makes me the leader that I am.
That was a good one.
I think this matters because we're talking about volleyball, but we're also talking about outside, right? When Maddie mentioned our objective and our reasoning, our purpose, it goes beyond the volleyball community. It starts at the volleyball community, but it extends to other communities that you're a part of as well. So I have a quote here. Everything we do is in teams. If we're able to inspire and influence those around us, our teams are going to succeed in their goals. Okay? When you go into the work environment, when you do group projects, all of those activities are in teams. And so being able to lift up the people around you, being a player on the court, who, when you're on the court, everyone just plays better. We've all dealt with people that, when they're on the court, we start playing worse. Whether it's a lack of confidence in them, whether you just don't want to show your best. We want to be that person that, hey, if coach puts me in, I'm going to do my best to lift up the people around me. Make it about something that's bigger than myself. Okay? We're going to skip the word cloud, but give me some verbs. A good leader
Cares.
A good leader cares. Other ones.
Initiates.
A good leader initiates.
Motivates.
A good leader motivates.
Inspires.
A good leader inspires. We'll talk about that in a sec. How about lead by example? Right? How about
Integrity oriented.
a good leader is not do as I say, not as I do. Right? A good leader is not about that. A good leader says, good leader communicates and does what they expect others to do. And that was something I talked about with my value of integrity. It's not enough to expect that from others, but to also hold yourself to that standard as well. Cool. Talk a little bit about a book. It's called Turn the Ship Around. And basically, there was a naval captain who got assigned to the worst performing submarine in the fleet. And he went through a journey of turning it into the highest performing crew in the fleet. Not by changing personnel, but by influencing the people around him and working with what he had. And so a quote that comes from that is, leadership is communicating to people their worth and potential so clearly that they are inspired to see it in themselves. Okay. Creating and inspiring leaders versus forging followers. That's really what we're here to do. We want you guys to be leaders in this program. Whether or not you're a captain on the court, you can all take leadership responsibility and make this ship sail the way that we want it to. Okay?
No manners.
So, I recommend this book. I haven't personally read it, so it's hard for me to recommend it, but I've heard really good things about it. So I'm gonna actually try to read it, and then I'll recommend it for you. If you need book recommendations, by the way, you can always come talk to me. I have a decent library of books, and so I'm happy to loan out any things that I've already read. Hunter, give me a book about volleyball. I got you. Give me a book about leadership. I got you. Those types of things. That's okay. Our action items. Please sign up for the Google form
I'm like really.
for Summer League.
Oh.
Okay? What we're working towards next in these types of activities is I'm going to try to bring in some guest speakers. Okay? Kind of like a lecture series format for them to come in and talk to you guys about their own experiences, about what it was like to play for the volleyball program. The first person I'm talking to is Peyton Dewick, trying to get her to come out and talk to you guys. Okay? She's currently playing Division I volleyball at UCLA. She's in town. I coached a couple of beach sessions with her, so I'm going to keep trying to get her to come in here. And then, yeah, next 2 weeks, that's when our leadership council is going to be. And then, thank you for continuing to invite your friends to come out to open gyms. Okay, cool. Any questions? Comments? Karina?
Where do we submit t-shirt
We kind of closed it. So, but if you come up with something by the end of the week, we'll take a look at it. Okay? Other questions? No? How have the open gyms been? You guys been enjoying them?
Yeah.
Yeah? Favorite activities? Anything?
Queen of the court, always.
Queen of the court? Anything you want to see more of in our open gyms? Okay.
3 in the back with a setter.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
With
We'll do that
Timmy
next
front
time.
row.
Okay. Vanilla. It's fine.
W drill.
We got it. What?
W drill.
W drill.
My favorite one. I can teach it to you. I can teach it to you. I love W drill. It's my favorite. I would always.
USA.
Yeah, USA.
Oh.
It's called
Last time we did that. Here, this look here.
It's like
Oh.
Okay. Other than that, you guys are free to go. Feel free to come take a look at this. Feel free to come chat to us. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.